Hey everyone, I want to start off by saying congratulations. The majority of you all have taken the first step to commit to this 6-week nutrition challenge. Initial measurements are wrapping up. I hope that you guys are enjoying your experience so far and getting to use the InBody and getting to see kind of a more full picture of what changes we're looking to have you make over the next 6 weeks. There are a couple questions that have come up in the one-on-one setting that I want to make sure I share with everybody in regards to the rules or how certain foods count. So one of the questions I was asked was about flavored coffee creamer. So flavored coffee creamer on average has about 4 to 5 grams of carbohydrate per tablespoon. So what that means for you is if you're using 2 tablespoons or more, you're going to count that towards the starchy carb. So if you're using 2 tablespoons, you're going to count that's going to take up 1/3 of your starchy carb. So what that means is you have 2/3 left of your starchy carb for food. So let's say I was having coffee with breakfast and some fruit. If I put 2 tablespoons of coffee creamer in that coffee, that would be 1/3. So my fruit, instead of filling this completely, would be about 2/3 the amount. Okay. If you're using 4 tablespoons, that would be about half your starchy carb. If you're using 6 tablespoons, that would be about your entire starchy carb area. So what your breakfast would look like if you decide to use your starchy carb as your coffee creamer would be your coffee with those 6 tablespoons of creamer. You'd have your protein, and then you'd have some veggies, okay? That, I think, answers the question that a lot of people had about flavored coffee creamers, okay? If you're putting a little bit of milk in it, something like that will be okay. If it's about that tablespoon, that will be not something that we have to count towards starchy carb, okay? The next question that I got asked was about salad dressings. So, having that in the appropriate amount. So whether it's salad dressing, whether it's peanut butter, oils, things like that, it's going to be kept to either 1 or 2 thumb sizes, depending on what I told you. So typically the women will have about 1 thumb size per meal, and the gentlemen would have about 2 thumb sizes per meal. The last question that I got asked about was alcohol. So alcohol is kind of a tough situation. So in terms of making this challenge able to be measured, very quantitative, what we've done is we've made it so that 1 beer, 1 glass of wine, or 1 shot is equivalent to your starchy carb section. So let's say dinner. You're having dinner. You have your chicken, your veggies. You're either going to make an option. Hey, am I having some rice here? Am I having sweet potato? Am I having dessert cookie, a cookie, like cookies or something like that? Or am I going to have beer? You're picking and choosing what that starchy carb allowance is going to be for you, okay? Now, in order to get that point of, is that a balanced meal when you're drinking alcohol, you can only have 1 glass. So we were questioning, are we going to let them roll over or not? The final answer is no. There won't be, hey, well, I didn't have starchy carb at breakfast or lunch, so that means I get 3 starchy carbs at dinner. In order to make this measurable, it's going to be 1 drink is going to be what you're allowed with each meal if you choose to use that as your starchy carb. So again, I want you to remember that this is a challenge setting. So would that be my recommendation if we were working one-on-one together? Perhaps not. Okay, so we're trying to get the best possible results here, and if alcohol is something that you consume regularly, cutting back on the alcohol is definitely going to have that happen. So we're not saying we can't have any alcohol, but we're definitely being mindful of the portion size and also what we eat alongside that alcohol. Okay, maybe at a meal you typically have 2 beers and then rice, right, and then your protein or something like that. That ends up being a lot more carbohydrate than what we need or that's appropriate at that meal. Again, if you drink regularly, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't get anything out of this challenge, okay? So perhaps if you have 2 or 3 drinks with dinner, you're not going to get that dinner point of, was this meal balanced, right? But that doesn't mean that you can just say, whatever, I'm gonna drink whatever I want. If you want good results, you can just kind of come up with your own little personal challenge, right? Maybe you drink 4 drinks a night or 5 drinks a night, and you're like, okay, well, I know I want to get good results, so I need to cut that back a little bit. Maybe the goal is gonna be, hey, I'm gonna strive to have 3 drinks a night. or 2 drinks during the week or something like that. Just because you're not getting the point doesn't mean you don't need to work on that and take a good step towards improving the amount of like that portion size. So again, this is a challenge setting, so there are some rules, right? Somebody asked, do I have to have vegetables at breakfast? Yes, you need veggies at breakfast in order to get that nice balanced portioned out tray point in the score sheet, okay? But that's not to say that you couldn't make a smoothie. You couldn't take some spinach, combine it with some strawberries and then a scoop of protein powder and put that in the blender and have that count as your balanced portion, okay? Which brings me to the last item, which was the protein powder. If protein powder is something that you use, protein powder, so like a scoop amount, would count as this section of your protein. So you don't need to have protein powder and then eat some chicken, right? 1 scoop would count as this. So as long as these 2 other elements are there, you're golden. All right, so if you guys have any questions that come up after we meet, feel free to post them here on Facebook or send them an email and we'll make sure to get them answered. Next things, you guys are going to be receiving a ton of emails from me in preparation of the challenge, talking about some portion size, some at-home activities to kind of get you all prepped and ready to go. I hope you're super excited. I know I am, and I can't wait to see all the good change we make. There's a ton of change to make, so I hope you guys can all stay committed. My recommendation is going to be that you commit wholeheartedly for the first 3 weeks. Make it to the 3-week, that halfway measurement appointment. Let's see what's going on, and then let's decide what we need to do. Commit for 3 weeks. You can do anything that you put your mind to. In regards to the next items, I will be in the First Bank office on Cruiser Road on the 13th, on that Monday at noon. The first discussion in our group will be about the score sheet, just answering any questions you have and helping you problem solve, come up with solutions for any obstacles that you foresee. In addition to that, on Monday night, the 13th, we're welcoming you all here to the CrossFit Jungle Gym facility. If you can attend, I highly recommend it. We're going to be doing a workout. It's going to be from 6 to 7. You're not going to be working out the whole time. We're going to do a nice warm-up, get your muscles, heart, everything ready, heart rate up for activity. We're going to spend some time learning some skills, so getting you in a nice, safe, efficient position. And then we're going to have you do a little workout. Why I love the workout is it's super great to see all the metrics on the InBody, yes, but being that we're a performance-based business, I think kind of shifting that mindset of getting so focused on numbers on a scale and kind of changing it to being performance-driven is a great, healthy way to chase results. So what's going to happen is we're going to have you do a workout on day 1, and we're going to retest that workout at the end of the 6-week challenge, and you're going to get to see how improving your nutrition improves your fitness and overall improves your health. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them here.